Welcome back to Queen's Podcast. Your host, Queen Ramaya, will be speaking on the topics of social media. Social media is multiple platforms that is used for mingling with other users, building a brand, or for entertainment purposes. Now, here are pros and cons of using social media as a whole. Now, the pros are for educational use, branding or marketing your business, mingling with others. But the cons are sometimes, most of the times, you get cyberbullied. There will be more hacking involved, accessible hacking, and misuse of platforms. Now, we want to get into that topic that, how has the media ruined lives? How has social media impacted this generation as a whole? Have I been affected as your host of using social media throughout the years? Well, we are going to find out. Stay tuned for more details. All right. I'm going to tell you guys my first time using social media. I was in around the 8th and 9th grade when I had my first touchscreen phone. And the reasonings of why I was using it was probably at that time because, I started rapping at the age of 14. So I wanted to build my platform for people to be more engaged with my music, and especially with me having a different style and being different from the rest in school. So that is one of the reasons why I have used social media throughout that time frame in that era. There are a lot of cons with using it because I have already been bullied in school. And so while I was using social media, that's when everybody, started to attack me even more. It has made an effect on my mental health even more while using it, especially with the outside, how should I put this? Especially with the extra traumatic events occurring. It had a huge effect on me. And also, another con for using social media is that me being a general person, I have let a lot of people in. And there were people I wish I never, ever pursued in my life. Like, ever. I'm just being honest. They're fake. They are manipulative. Some are dangerous. And some of them are not as they seem when they're behind the phones. But when you meet them in person, you'll be like, oh my God. That's how they really, that's how you roll? That's how you go down like that? It's just so much to unpack here. But moving forward, another con that I've seen and I have learned the hard way is that people are posting every minute of what they have done in their life on social media behind their accounts. And what makes it so bad that they post their locations of where they are actually at on those platforms. not being afraid of crazy people out here that will literally go to where they are located and hurt them in any way, any shape, way, or form. What is the use of doing that? Why can't people just enjoy the time that they have in their hands instead of always posting what they are doing every second of their life on social media without taking the time to actually enjoy it? And here is another thing that I have noticed throughout the years of observing people and functioning in society and reality. Since social media and these phones really been popping nowadays, there has been a huge loss of communication organically. People text more instead of calling. More accidents occurs in car accidents due to texting and driving behind the wheel. And people know your business more and takes more judgment of you, of what you post on social media. There will be more drama. And another con is dating difficulties. People always want to date online, always want to get dating out, and does not understand the catch to it. People do not physically meet up anymore. And the embarrassment in public that I have endured, especially me being like a public figure to the community. Like, I would mostly go in grocery stores. People be like, you that girl from Facebook, you that girl from this, you that girl from that. And I'm like, okay, you don't recognize my name? Like, do not do that. That is really disrespectful. And it's just rude. And you're not taking the time out to ask me what my name really is. Well, not really is, but ask me what my name is, first of all. But, okay, I'm that girl from Facebook. Here is another thing that I want to touch on of what social media has done to me personally. It kind of caused me having an identity crisis, which I am still currently trying to go through and heal from and start accepting who I really am. You know, me being a whole different character behind the phone, it kind of just questioned who I really am as an individual. Like, am I really like a character? A cartoon? Because I've been like this for a few years now. And I'm in adulthood, starting my adulthood. And I'm like, well, who am I? But I have taken the time to realize that that character will always be a part of me. There are multiple times I try to get rid of her, but she always comes back. She's the one that made me come out of my shell, burst me into creating more rainbows and sparkles, have more confidence in myself, get to do things that I thought I never could do. But I have accepted that. But that'll be another episode later on in the season. So we're going to move forward to another thing that I want to cover. I would like to give a solution of people who are currently having trouble, separating reality versus social media. Please, if you could, please just take the time to take a break and actually live your life in peace and privacy. Every little thing does not have to be posted. Take that time to enjoy what you are doing at the moment, because it could be your last minute on this earth. If you could, well, I know many of you use social media for personal reasons or to just stalk people for some type of reason, which I do not condone. But leave some stuff out on social media, please. Everyone does not have to know what you are currently doing or just keep some things private within yourself, because social media can ruin your life if you misuse that platform. Me personally, I have used all of my social media platforms as a business account. My first one is for music and other content. The second one is for my beauty business, and the third one is for my podcast. And I really enjoy that because it really gives me some type of, okay, now everybody don't truly know me like that. So I'm separating my personal business from my business, if you understand what I'm saying. I only use those platforms for my business, for my online beauty shop, podcasting, music, selling merch, setting healthy boundaries, setting business rules on my accounts. And I've also said, please do not DM me personal messages. I have an email for a reason. I will not tolerate any type of disrespect on my platforms. I am not your Cash App, and I am not your bank. Point blank, period. So stop asking me for financial security. Well, financial stuff. Well, I just don't understand. You really gonna use this platform to really beg for people? I ain't gonna go there no more. I ain't even gonna go there. But I'm gonna fast forward to this, and that's pretty much all I have to cover for today regarding this episode of social media addiction and social media addicts. Because I used to be one, but I'm slowly moving away from that. I hope this episode helped. I hope you guys have an awesome day or awesome night, depending on what time it is at your location. And I will see you guys. Well, I can't see y'all because I'm behind the mic. It's a podcast, so I'm gonna see y'all. But I'm going to release more content sooner or later. I'm starting to get my schedule aligned. So this podcast will be airing every Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Eastern time in my area. But, thank you all for listening, and we'll be back. Welcome to Queen's Podcast, Season 1. Please follow my podcast for more episodes and self-improvement, only available platforms such as Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. Queen's Podcast will cover social issues, mental health, self-improvement within the Black community regarding Black females. And I will also like to discuss some business tips coming from an entrepreneur myself. Thank you for supporting this podcast and thank you for listening.